Let me ask you, if you're watching this right now, what caused this? This is my question for you. What caused this? We talked about this earlier. Do you think media is the cause of this? Do you think the left is the cause of this? Do you think Trump's the cause of this? So meaning media, left, Trump. If it's if you think it's Trump, if you think it's media, press thumbs up. If you think it's the left, push thumbs down. If you think it's Trump, comment in the Trump comment section, say Trump. I'm curious to know who you think this was, because for us, when you watch this, I want to know who is the number one. You know, the domino. You know, you ever seen the guys that put the domino and all of a sudden one you tip one, 50,000 dominoes. Yeah. I want to know who was the first. I don't want to know the third or the fifth or the second. I want to know what caused things to go bam.
Let me
like
ask
this.
you.
Yeah.
Because I want to understand what your question is. What do you mean by, is it the media? Is it Trump? Like, clearly this is on Trump not conceding. And then the media runs with the fact that he's not conceding.
What led to this? What
led to yesterday?
Yeah, what led to this? What led to us being here?
What would the media have to do with that rally? I'm asking you a question. Yeah, I want to know.
What are you talking about, buddy? I mean, we just talked about that a minute ago. I gave you my explanation why. It's, okay, what does this video represent? What does yesterday represent? What does it represent?
Rage, frustration.
Represents united or divided?
Divided.
How did it become divided? What caused
you're going
us
deeper,
to be divided?
deeper
What
than that.
caused us to be divided? I look at my parents when they got a divorce. I asked, what caused them to be divided? And I would sit there and I would watch my mom's aunts bitch about my dad, and I would watch my dad's mother and brothers bitch about my mom all the time. So who created the division? Family behind closed doors. We're stoking both of them. Oh, she's not doing this. She's not a good wife. He's not a good husband. He's not. Finally, they're like, screw it, man. I'm going to please my family, and they got a divorce.
Yeah, this stuff doesn't happen because of one day or one action.
Who caused the division?
This has been 4 or 5 years in the making, maybe 6 or 7. It's the influx of social media. It's people being, able to comment and communicate about anything and take sides and forge enemies and go against each other. It's the media stoking the fire. It's Trump doing his part, no doubt. It's the far left looking at an opportunity to take advantage of this situation. It's a perfect toxic cocktail that came to a boiling point yesterday, and that's what you got.
I appreciate what we're saying here. And clearly media being, dominated by, left, center of left people. But the media's been around for 100, 200 freaking years.
Yeah, but
never
the
been like
media's
this,
changed.
Okay,
never
it's
been
fundamental.
like
It's
this.
not.
But we've never had a
anymore.
president like this. So we can. I mean, has the media changed that much in 4 years, 8 years, 10
Never
years,
been
20
like
years?
this,
Yes, it
buddy.
has.
Never been
Okay,
It's
like
changed
but
a great
why
deal
is
in
it
20
why
years.
has it changed so much? Because you have Trump calling the media the enemy of the people. It's all fake news.
No.
So there's enough blame to go around, no doubt, no doubt.
I'm not.
But you have to look at the top, and there's one person out there that has caused
It's
the
too
majority
easy.
of this.
You can't just say
Yeah.
Trump. You can't.
But
say
you can say Trump.
Just so you know, a lot of people agree. A lot of people commented saying Trump. More commented agreeing saying it's the media, and fewer commented saying it's the left. So number one so far right now is media. Then it's a tie between left and Trump based on what I'm seeing with the comment section. A bunch of people commented. So I don't know. I think. So here's my question for you.
Yep.
I asked the guy yesterday. I said, so how is CNN, MSNBC being held accountable for saying Russia for 3 years? How? Wasn't true.
They're not.
Never happened.
Yeah, we just move on.
So the guy that walked in on the cop, what's going to end up happening to him?
He should be arrested.
Should he
he's
be
going-
arrested?
he's going
Do
down.
you guys all agree that he should be arrested?
Yes,
Should
yes.
he be arrested?
Yeah, not just him, but everyone behind him too.
Fine. What I'm trying to tell you is they should be arrested, right? Okay, fine. If he gets arrested, are you going to say, oh my gosh, I shouldn't have arrested that guy? Are you going to say that?
No.
Okay. Trump got suspended from Twitter yesterday and Facebook for 12 hours. Right
good
move or
with
wrong
that.
move?
I'm good with that.
He knows the rules at this point. I think it was the only thing they could do.
Right move or wrong move?
I think it's the right
Even
move.
he's
Yeah,
saying right
yeah.
move. Right move to slow it down? Right move to not entice? Right?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
If he tries to do something, they're just going to stomp him.
Okay, watch this. But wait a minute, guys. Look where I'm going with this. This is my point I'm making to you. That guy should be held accountable. Yes, we all agree. Trump held accountable for his tweets, shut it down for 12 hours? Yes. How the hell is the media being held accountable? Zero. Who's getting fired? Who's getting fined? Who's getting shut down? Who's shutting down CNN for 12 hours? Who's shutting down MSNBC for 12 hours? Who's shutting down Fox for 12 hours? How come they don't get a shutdown? Why don't we get a shutdown for these guys for 12 hours? For one day, CNN is off. Fine, advertisement's gone. Why don't we do that to them?
You're talking about accountability.
There is no accountability for the media. There is no accountability for the media. What is it?
Because they hide under the opinion section. There's the news section and the opinion
You're a
section.
journalist? Where's the accountability?
Yeah. I'll tell you what. I learned something from you. Remember yesterday I said, oh, there's a lady that got shot, and I heard she was 16 or something like that.
Yeah, and then you corrected
And I said, listen, I made a mistake.
Yeah.
Apparently she was not underage. I had some bad news. I apologize. I retract my statement. Yeah. But real news organizations have to apologize when they make a mistake. You were in the media. You understand that, right? Like,
well,
when do you have to apologize?
But you know what? That ship has just sailed. That's not what the media is anymore. Here's an analogy I would use. Over the last 4, 5, 6 years, this was a inferno yesterday. But leading up to that, you had some people that dried the grass around there. You had some people that brought some kindling. You got some people that brought some logs. You got some other people that, brought some loose paper. You got the media that poured fuel all over this, and then Trump takes a lighter, boom, or a match, and it goes. I mean, there's so many people that are responsible for what happened yesterday. You cannot just say it's one entity or one person, but it's where we're at as a country right now, and I hope we're smart enough to figure it out and move on and move past this a little bit.
Listen, if you're running a company and there is fraud internally, or there is a falling out, or there's a issue that all of a sudden happens, an event. Like, I was out of town once and we had a issue that happened here about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. And I'm like, what the hell happened? Camera, conversations, everything. We did an investigation. We found out who it was. We had to make a decision, right? And we made the decision.
I bet that was scary for that person.
Yeah.
To face you.
Yeah, but the point is, I wanted to find out who started it, not who was involved. If I come and slap you in the face, you're probably going to react. I'm not looking for the reaction. I want to know who started the whole thing, right? I think the media needs to be held accountable, and unfortunately, I don't think nothing's going to happen to the media.
How do you hold the media accountable?
Take them off for 24 hours.
Who's taking them off?
Oh, dude, suspend the media for 24 hours.
Who, though? Who's responsible for that?
That has to be from the top.
The FCC or whoever?
Wait, hang on a second. How much is social media facing backlash? How much is social media facing backlash right now?
Well, they're talking about breaking up Facebook
and
Twitter.
All right. Well, then,
what have you? Section 230.
When have you heard
stuff.
anything being held accountable for the other guys?
I agree with you.
Okay, why don't we?
Who's going to do it?
How can you go up there and say, how is Adam Schiff being held accountable saying Russia 100% guaranteed to happen? How is he being held accountable?
He's not. Well,
how
he's
comments like that being held accountable?
Re-election. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's great.
Yeah.
CNN is not facing re-election.
Pat, one thought on that. Because
but either is Fox, either is MSNBC.
I'm putting all of them. I just told you, put all of them in there.
I agree with your idea. Yeah. For sure.
Put a fine. Bro, let me ask you a question.
I'm saying, who imposes that?
Well, the government does. Let me ask you.
Now the government's going to start fining the media if they don't like what they say? That's a slippery slope.
Well, I'm sorry. Yeah. In the NBA, what happened to Magic Johnson when he tried to recruit players away to the Lakers? What happened to him?
He had a fine.
How big of a fine was it?
$1 million or $10
$500,000 fine. Okay, you can't be doing it. When he was talking about, hey, Paul George, he did this, I think, on Jimmy Kimmel's show. I don't know who was Fallon or Kimmel, one of those guys. He's like, hey, no, I'm not going to try to recruit Paul George. Well, if I don't, and I do one of these things. Wait, okay, you got
tampering
tampering. Yeah. Okay, these guys are tampering. No problem. Fine them. Fine Hannity. Okay. Fine Cooper.
I'm with you.
Fine Maddow.
I'm with you. But let's go through this. Let's go down this rabbit hole. Who's doing the fining? The Congress? The president?
The same way there's an association. The same way there's an association. The same way there's a method to the madness of accountability. You do it the same way. These guys are making big dollars. If you're making big dollars, hey, you're in the NBA. You say something to the referee, you're getting fined. It's just basic protocol. If you ever say anything to the ref, what happens? 35 grand, 25 grand, 50 grand. Great. It's a form of accountability. And then the players say, I wasn't going to say anything because I'm not going to give my money up to the association. Great. I like that. It's a form of accountability. So if you enjoyed this little short segment from the podcast that we did, here's another short segment to watch. Or if you want to see the entire podcast, click over here. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.